When the clouds roll in and we want to run down the empty streets, we're wild and young, holding out our hands just to feel the rain. If you weren't here, wouldn't be the same. If you weren't here, wouldn't be the same. Let's live for the moment before the moment's gone. Even with our empty pockets, we got it all. Let's live for the moment before the moment's gone. Hear the thunder follow us where we go. Yeah, we all shake, we all roll. Gotta bring the best in who we are. Without the struggle, we won't get far. Yeah, without the struggle, we won't get far. Let's live for the moment before the moment's gone. Even with our empty pockets, we got it all. Let's live for the moment before the moment's gone. Good days coming, they're never gone. They're never gone. The good days are coming, they're never gone. Never gone. Don't care about the empty pockets. Oh, we got it all. Oh, we got it all. Oh.
When your heart is full of nothing at all and your body runs, you forgot what for. Your eyes reflect light from a fire that is gone, and your feet are the only things that drag you along. When you're low on love, it's too hot from it. When the words they said were the stones and sticks buried in a cage, 100 miles underground. When the rubble is falling, you'll be singing aloud. Don't you feel it now? Your lungs are still breathing in air and out, and your feet are still hitting the ground. So you gotta hold on. You've gotta hold on. You've gotta hold on. The penny drops, you're out of luck. You hold your breath. You get back up when the rain turns to thunder, like a beat of a drum. And you're out on the street, you're just dancing along. So the key got lost to a door you knew, and the lock will rust, but you follow through and you're losing your balance, 'cause they're cutting the wire. Now you're running with scissors, you're a flare to a ride. Don't you feel it now? Your lungs are still breathing in air and out, and your feet are still hitting the ground. So you gotta hold on. Don't listen, the words they are spitting are poison. When all that you Let the first sound you hear be a beating heart, speeding bright, speeding bold. As when your eyes come to me, I'm humbled constantly, a supernova in sight. Fall of the mountains in your breath. There are dreams, there are dreams. Remember, yours is the heart that paints the world the very best in the colors of your life. So be kind, have courage, treat yourself with dignity. Walk tall, speak sweetly, be brave enough to leave. It's when you're caught in the darkness that comes over me. Remember, yours is a light that the darkness cannot be. That yours is a light that the darkness cannot be. Find that your heart, it burns as big as your mother's, and your smile just as bright. Remember grace when you fall and turn to shadows like your father, and the words to make it right, make it right. Is to be kind, have courage, treat yourself with dignity. Walk tall, speak sweetly, be brave enough to leave. It's when you're caught in the darkness that comes over me. Remember, yours is a light and the darkness cannot be. That yours is a light and the darkness cannot be. And as you fall into stars, find your place among the orchards. Know you're perfect as you are.
You have slipped into your love seamlessly. Yeah, you can dance.
I have him now, I'm not letting him go.
Something within you already trusts that this embrace will hold you. Your vows are the promises you make to never break this trust and to never break this embrace.
Yvonne, you have given my life meaning, and more importantly, purpose. You are my best friend, you are my partner, and my lover. You are the reason I wake up and rise to face each day with a smile on my face, and the reason I feel safe and secure when I lie down to sleep. I love you with all my heart, and with this vow, I pledge my life to you. From this day forward, through sickness and health, through the rise of the robots, and the eventual heat death of the universe. You are my Pan.
Bryn. It's hard to believe I'm about to quote a Whitney Houston song on my wedding vows when I'm not even a fan. But these 13 words represent what it would take me a lot more to express as simply, and they are. Ask me what I did with my life. I spent it with you. When I was younger, that sentence seemed a bit unambitious, that the culmination of your whole life would be boiled down to just the fact that you spent it with this one other person. And then I met you, and I got it. We all wonder why we're here, alive I mean, what life is about. I'm not religious. I don't know what this is, if it's the creation of a great all-powerful super being, or an experiment, or a prank, or an accident, or a dream, or a simulation. But as long as you're in it, it doesn't matter. Because wherever you are, that's where my meaning is. Whether that's on a mountaintop, or under the sea, or in the first Martian colony. Where you go, I'll go with you. When you need me, I'll have your back, even in a zombie apocalypse. I know you didn't need a wedding to know that, and I could stand here and talk for 100 years and still not be able to fully express the ways your arrival in my life has reshaped it into something I didn't think actually existed. So let's see if I can remember this next bit without, because it's not actually on the sheet. Alles wat ik eet en alles wat ik is, behoort aan jou. Oh wait, there's more. Tot in lengte van daar, in lengte dara, jij is die man. And if someone or something did create this life and that we're all stumbling around in, and at the end they ask me what I did with mine, I will say that I spent it with you and that it was the smartest choice anyone ever made.
I'm in bits now.
Oh my God.
Who has the rings? Thank you very much. Keep them handy for a sec. Yvonne and Bryn, they face each other still. No matter what life's currents bring, let these rings be a visible reminder of what you cannot do without. The joy you bring each other, the life you share, and the sanctuary that awaits you in each other's arms. Now, do you want to give Bryn the bigger ring?
No. Give me that one.
Just one for now.
He's got two.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Bryn first. Let's stay here next to me. Yeah. She's up next. Bryn, please put the ring on Yvonne's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Wear it and think of me,
Wear it and think of me,
and know that I love you.
and know that I love you.
You can put it in now. Or you can give her the other. This one? I don't know.
He
Which
has
one
two.
is it?
Both.
Okay. Let's do it.
You can sit down. Thanks.
Thank you. We thank Michael for the rings. Yvonne, please put the ring on Bryn's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
Wear it and think of me,
Wear it and think of me.
and know that I love you.
I know that I love you.
Bryn, do you promise to love Yvonne, encourage and support her, to stand by her side in good times and bad, and to go through life together as her husband from this day on?
I do.
Yvonne, do you promise to love Bryn, encourage and support him, stand by his side in good times and bad, and to go through life as his wife from this day on?
Absolutely, I do.
Bryn and Yvonne, may you always find a guiding force in each other. May you always find joy and comfort in one another. May you always move connected and in truth, bound as you are by your vows, and protected as you are by the blessings of your witnesses. It now gives me great pleasure to say the words you've been waiting to hear. I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Shall we?
You've come to journey's end. Sleep now, dream of the ones who came before. They are calling from across a distant shore. Why do you weep? What are these tears upon your face? Soon you will see all of your fears will pass away, safe in my arms. You're only sleeping. What can you see? On the horizon, why do the white gulls call? Across the sea, a pale moon rises. The ships have come to carry you home. Dawn will turn to silver glass, a light on the water, all souls pass, hope fades into the world of night, through shadows falling out of memory and time. Don't say we have come now to the end. White shores are calling. You and I will meet again, and you'll be here in my arms, just sleeping. What can you see? On the horizon, why do the white gulls call? Across the sea, a pale moon rises. The ships have come to carry you home. And all will turn to silver glass, a light on the water. Gray ships pass into the west.
So it's that time of the evening, it's time for the speeches, or for some of us to try and make some money. We're going to start off with the man of the moment, the reason we're all here, Bryn Jones.
Okay. I'm going to try and keep the speech short because I'm a terrible speaker. So anyway, my wife and I. There it is. Would like to thank you all for being here. It means so much to Yvonne and I that you could be here with us on this special day. You are all incredibly important to us, and I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. on behalf of Yvonne as well. Thank you all for your kind wishes, your thoughtful messages, the gifts that you've given us. You've been very generous, and we were deeply touched by that. Thank you. Gerry and Rosalind, sorry, I'll get that right one of these days. Sorry. There simply aren't words enough to express how grateful we both are to you. You have helped us so much and worked so hard to get us where we are now, to this point, that I might actually lose my stoic, stiff upper lip and get a bit emotional. But anyway, thank you for helping us to make this the best day ever. It almost goes without saying that you have raised the most amazing, beautiful woman. Sorry, excuse me. She is a credit to you as parents, and I want you to know that I am going to take my role as her husband and partner as importantly, as seriously as you have taken your roles as parents and guardians to her. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know it hasn't been easy. We've been through a lot, but we plan to make you very proud. Thank you. To Rosalind and Gerry, just a quick thank you. Mum and Jim, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here to help us make this day special. You've made it even more special than it was in the first place, so thank you. Michael, I'm so glad you're here. You're my little best man. I'm so glad that you get to be here and experience this with me. I'm very, very proud of you. You did fantastically. Thank you so much. Can I get a little round of applause? Alister, what can I say? We have known each other for nearly 40 years now, which is a bit weird to say, but it's true. I just want to say that it was an absolute honor. It was an honor to fight by your side as we defended our planet from never-ending hordes of invading space ninjas, battles that raged so hard and for so long that we ended up wading through the blood of our enemies. Being a 9-year-old was amazing. I love you, brother. Thank you. To Michael and Alister, my best men. Thank you. Aideen, Lorna, I think I can speak for everyone here when I say that you ladies are beautiful. Yeah, second best, I'm afraid, but close second. Thank you so much for all your support and help, and thank you for helping Yvonne get through a slightly traumatic start to the day, but we got there. It wouldn't have gone so well without you, so thank you so much. To the bridesmaids, everybody, thank you. I want to say a special thank you also to my sister Sadie and Ryan for that performance today. That just absolutely blew my mind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'd also like to say a quick thank you to the venue, to all the people who've helped make this what is, I'd say, one of the most beautiful events I've ever seen. This theme is just fantastic. Thank you so much to the people of Moyvalley. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Nearly there. Now comes the hard part. I've managed to get this far without turning into a puddle. Let's see how we do. I'm just going to stand here so I can be a bit closer. Yvonne, they say you don't marry someone you can live with. You marry the person you can't live without. And I think that sums us up perfectly. I know that Yvonne has put a huge amount of effort into making today perfect, and I think that with the help of her friends and family, she has done just that, and more. Having lived with her for a few years now, I have learned a valuable lesson. When I'm wrong, never ever admit it, and when I'm right, never ever keep quiet about it. But seriously though, I never have a problem finding words to express how I feel about you, Yvonne. I love you, but if I start, I probably won't be able to stop. So suffice to say, I love you so much and can't wait to grow old with you. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and raise your glasses to my wife, Yvonne. Cheers. Thank you. Now hand back to the best man.
Up next, we have the father of the bride. Bryn's new father-in-law, Gerry Redmond. Top that, Gerry.
Listen, I'm in control here. I have the mic. So I'll decide where I'll go. Okay? Now, can you hear me down at the very back? John Repton, can you hear me? Well done. I have to go the old-fashioned way. Okay? Don't be scared by the amount of pages because it's really big print. Look at that. Yvonne said she wouldn't be late. And I think she broke all records tonight. How late were you, Yvonne? About an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But in fairness, it wasn't Yvonne's fault.
Was it?
No. I left the trousers of my suit in Carlo, and I had to arrange to get it back here promptly. So it's my fault. More recently, in the last couple of years when I retired, my work colleagues were organising a function for me, and they had a number of speakers lined up, and I would have expected that they'd have speakers, and that wasn't unusual. But unbeknownst to me was that they were including one of my family, my kids, to say a few words as well. So I didn't realise until after the whole thing was over that was a little bit of a spat between Cormac and Yvonne as to upon who should be bestowed this great honour. Consensus was eventually reached that Cormac would do the job, but I'm told that it was on strict conditions imposed by yours truly. That Yvonne would get to deliver the eulogy at my funeral. So Cormac could talk at the retirement function so long as Yvonne would get her a gig. So I wasn't believing that for 1 minute until very recently on my birthday, 18 with her siblings and with Ella and Bryn organised a birthday present for me for a skydive, which I'm delighted with. Thank you, Eddie. And I'm just wondering, was Yvonne behind the whole idea? Is she trying to hasten this other day in the limelight so she can say a few words? Well, I'll leave you to think about that. Needless to say, as a dad, I've been there for Yvonne when she was sick, when she fell and grazed her knees, and when she cried herself to sleep. And do you know, that was all on one night on her 18th birthday.
That's not true.
You okay with that, Rosie?
That's not even true.
Anyhow, on a more serious note, we all know that family is at the very core of society, and it takes a community to raise a child. Equally, one should never underestimate the significant role that friendships play in our lives, and I know that Yvonne and Bryn have developed and maintained some very close friendships, and many of them are here today. In Yvonne's case, lifelong national school and secondary school friends such as, I can read my own writing here now, Lorna, who's here, Nasa, Leanne and Arvel, and then when she went on to college, we have Stephen, Kevin, Aidan. And those names are all very familiar names to us in our house for the very best of reasons. Sorry. I want to acknowledge the very positive role that all those friends have played in each other's lives, and to encourage you, despite other priorities in life, to always find the time to develop and nurture your friendships. Because, just like family, in my view, friends are every bit as important as family in friendships. So I'd encourage you to sustain that throughout your lives. I can't come to terms with the fact that I'm feeling like I am at the moment, but anyhow, sorry about that.
Drink this.
No. Just moving away a little bit from that, well, it's on the same theme really. Let's not forget the global influence that friendship plays in Yvonne's and Bryn's lives. We have guests here from England, from Scotland, Croatia, Poland, Slovakia, Egypt, Brazil, the US, the USA, and not to mention, we spoke about earlier on South Africa, and the huge influence that has had on Bryn and Alister and Ryan in his music, fantastic music, and Sadie today. So that's very important to us as well. So look at, I spoke about family, and I spoke about Yvonne. So what about myself here?
Oh.
Bryn.
I thought I was going to win.
He thought he was getting off the hook, but anyhow. So what about Bryn Jones? Rosie and I were first introduced to Bryn on a beautiful summer's day in June 2017. Yvonne and Bryn ran route through Carlow from a weekend down the country, and Yvonne used the occasion to bring Bryn to the house and to dip his toe in a less than formal way into the Redmond household. Rosie and I had been fed enough snippets of information from Yvonne to realise that the relationship was probably a little bit different, and one that seemed to have some different type of potential or energy. We decided to do a bit of a barbecue and to barbecue steak. And of course, Bryn presented the ultimate challenge to me when he demanded, well, he didn't demand now, but he suggested I do a rare steak. So you know how difficult that is on a barbecue. And I was trying to couple a rare steak on a barbecue with trying to save Bryn from Rosian's inquisition. But anyhow, I think I mastered it fairly well on that day because Bryn ate 2 steaks. And I think the inquisition was put off for that day at least. Bryn, first impressions are important. And my first impression of you were of a quietly spoken soul who was relaxed, chill, laid back. Someone who was easy company, articulate, bright, smart, intelligent. So what has changed since then? Nothing, I'm glad to say, Bryn. Bryn has continued to demonstrate all of those qualities in a very positive way. It's not hard to envision for me. It's not hard for me to envision their attraction to each other. With Bryn's positively soothing persona, a lovely counterbalance to Yvonne's intensity. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. I do believe that Yvonne and Bryn possess the ingredients for a happy and fulfilling marriage, and I wish them well as they bake those ingredients together over the course of their lives to perfection. So, can I ask you now to charge your glasses and be upstanding while I propose to toast to Yvonne and Bryn. To Yvonne and Bryn. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, from me. I want you to enjoy the night. There's a good band on stage very shortly, and I want to see everyone on the floor because I'll be first on the floor, okay? Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Gerry. Next, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome up to the microphone a lady I've known my entire life, Bryn's mom, Christine.
Yeah, I was saying earlier to somebody, I've known these two since they were babies, real babies. We were together at the christening. You have to have little talks with the vicar before the christening. And that's where we met Alister's parents, and we've been friends ever since. I've been very lucky. I've had 2 lovely children, Sadie and Bryn. They've both grown up to be very kind, caring and generous people. Anybody who comes from England, Sadie is available for gigs. The advert done. Bryn, it's your day today, and I thought perhaps, Yvonne, you ought to know a little bit more about this package, which is Bryn Lloyd Griffiths Jones. No, love, I'm just going to go into the name, okay? You will have gathered from that little mouthful that he's Welsh. His father was Welsh. I'm very, very proud of his heritage. So, Bryn, short, sweet Welsh. It means a little mountain. Right? We chose a monosyllabic name so it couldn't be shortened. So what happens when we get to South Africa is lengthened. He's Briddy.
Yes.
Right. The other thing we couldn't have foreseen is that when you, the Afrikaans-speaking people, treat the letter Y as an A sound. So the poor child kept being called Brian, which I don't know if we've got any more Brians in here, but he didn't find a happy thing. So Yvonne, my darling, you have got a small mountain with royal connections. Okay? That means you have as well, Michael. You could one day, if things happened... With Brexit, you never know. You might end up King of England. So, look after him. He's my special boy. Okay? And I wish you both very, very well. Thank you. I'm so sorry, I forgot this. A Welsh tradition. Welsh people who love each other give each other spoons. So I'm giving you two love spoons. They're not the beautiful carved Welsh love spoons. These are very modern things that you can dig out the last bit of Marmite or marmalade. So yours is the blue one, and yours is the red one.
Thanks, Christine. Next, it gives me great pleasure to welcome up to the microphone our bride, Bryn's bride, sorry, Yvonne.
Thank you, everybody, for the kind words, and Dad for the extensive roast. It was great. I'm going to start my speech with a fun fact. Did you know that the chances of you winning the lottery twice in one lifetime are 1 in 200 trillion? So I think as of today, I can shelve any plans that I ever had to win the lottery, because I just did. So. And there's a reason there's no cheese course at this meal, and that one-liner is it. I want to thank Bryn, obviously, and Christine, and my dad, and I want to thank Alister as well for the speech that he's presumably about to give, which will be lovely, and thanks for the lovely speeches there have been. It's going to be hard to top. I just want to say thanks to my parents generally. As anyone who knows me will know, I'm incredibly close to my parents. My dad, despite the roast, my dad is my hero. He was my hero anyway, but then he, without even being asked to, got in the car and called me on the way to get the bridesmaid dress, not the suit pants, the bridesmaid dress that had been left behind. So he saved the day, as he always does, and my mother and I didn't kill each other in the meantime, which was its own little miracle, so that was great. And my mum, I think anyone who has a close relationship with their mum probably feels the same. Your mum is your first and best friend. So Bryn, I know you're my best friend now, obviously, and we're married, and Lorna is also my best friend, but you're going to have to share that spot with my mother, who is my Aideen. Yes, I love you too. Yeah, you're all my best friends. And Michael, started something I can't finish. Michael, you're my little mini-me, you know that. Love you to bits. But my mother was your mother's your very first friend, and you know, throughout the tribulations of life, you might fall out with people, but your mother is always there. So I just want to thank both of them. So much. Thank you for everything. And then we move on to Bryn's family, and I feel like Hollywood basically raised me on a diet of lies for the last 30-something years, in that you watch movies and TV shows, and the mother-in-law in particular, but the family-in-law, they're always horrible and they're a nightmare. And I kind of grown up with this going, you know, you meet someone nice and you have to navigate this terrain. And then I met this lot, and they're just a dream, absolutely a dream. And I find it interesting that as Bryn and I would have just little squabbles that everybody has throughout the relationship, and as Dad alluded to, or said very plainly, didn't allude to, I can be a drama queen sometimes, so the odd time I'd throw a strop and say to Bryn, that's it, we're finished, and storm off. I'd be thinking to myself, oh no, I'm never going to see Miss Christine now, and Mr. Jim and Sadie, and obviously Michael, I'd be devastated, so... So that kind of, I mean, in a way, that kind of showed me, I think that shows you more than anything, how much you want to be with someone and how much you appreciate their family, that Bryn or no Bryn, love you, babe. Bryn or no Bryn, these are amazing people I would want to be with anyway. I love it so much when you guys come over from Scotland. I love going over to see you. And I know that not everybody has that, because I know, you know, Hollywood is not all lies. Some people presumably do have terrible mother-in-laws. I'm not one of them. And I'm very, very blessed to be in that situation. So, and actually she's right here beside me, so I'm going to give her a sneaky kiss while I'm here. There are 89 people here today, and I look down and I see 89 different blessings, and I hope that you will continue to be blessings in our life for the rest of it, because we love you so much and we want all of you to be in it forever. So that's it. Hope you get Stockholm syndrome because you're stuck with us forever. Love you so much, all of you. Thank you so much for being here.
So, Bryn was going to introduce me, but I guess I'll just introduce myself. Hi, I'm Alister. And I actually met Bryn, when I first met Bryn, we were both wearing little white dresses. Thankfully, it was way back in 1981, and we were being christened. So it's my absolute pleasure to be the best man today and kick over a table. Stand up here in official capacity, and I just want to thank Bryn and Yvonne from the bottom of my heart for having me sit up there next to them while they did their vows. It was an absolutely amazing experience. I can't thank you enough. To the bridesmaids, I know we've only just met, but I think we can all agree it's been emotional. And we can also agree that you guys look radiant, and I think the dresses were definitely worth the wait. To my main man, Michael, you've been an epic co-best man, and you are definitely rocking the suit, but my wife would not buy me a top hat. Before I get into the misdemeanors, as I said, you've got a perfect opportunity to stand up here and speak up Bryn. I've known him a long time, and go through all his misdemeanors and all his not so misdemeanors. But Bryn asked me to keep it short, so I'm going to talk about his achievements instead. And that's it done. I think we can all agree that Bryn's best joint achievement is raising a son as awesome as Michael and putting a ring on Yvonne's finger. If you know Bryn as well as I do, you'll know that his second greatest achievement is turning up today in a suit that doesn't look like it's been ironed with a brick. Like he did at my wedding. But when a guy is given out free photography, you look past these things. He has taken his jacket off, so yeah, we can confirm no brick. As I mentioned, I've known Bryn a long time, and Bryn mentioned he's almost 40 years we've known each other, and I think I just want to talk a little bit about our friendship. I think when everybody in the room looks back to the friends they have and the friends they don't have anymore, you can always point a time when you've met that person and where that friendship started. That friend from school, or that friend from yoga, or that friend from work. But with Bryn, in all honesty, I don't remember one day of my life not knowing him. So you could say he's my friend from life, or he's my lifelong burden. Bryn and I grew up in South Africa, and when I look back at my childhood years, Bryn was a massive part of that. We used to stay over at each other's houses 2 or 3 times a week. At weekends, we were always together, and we used to play all the usual games that kids played when they were growing up. But if you know Bryn, he likes to add a little bit of spice to things, and things can get a little bit unusual. Like the white dress, yeah. So when I was writing the speech, a couple of things sprang to mind. We used to go out to his back garden and play hockey with tennis rackets and a soccer ball. And we proudly named it 10 Socky. And I think if we'd had the right people around us at the time, that would have gone global. But it's actually no wonder Bryn quit sports pretty quickly in life. The absolute pinnacle of Bryn's creativity came, and he alluded to it earlier, was when he came up with the blood game. The blood game involved us running around his back garden, swinging swords at aliens, traveling from planet to planet via a fig tree, and ridding the planet of all its aliens, and we literally bathed in their blood. Yeah, good times. I'm pretty sure Christine must have looked out of her window, seen me and Bryn running around with sticks, swinging them, and roundhouse kicks at absolutely nothing, and thought to herself, those kids are going places. Then entered our teenage years, and along came technology. We chewed up and spat out every games console we could con our parents into buying us. And eventually moved onto computers and the PC, and then came the internet. And for every teenager knows, the internet opens up a world of wonder. And Bryn and I was sitting in front of the registration page to hotmail.com, staring at the little blinking cursor and to pick a username. With no guidance of what was an appropriate username, and that was the day that the email addresses puresex21 and bumfluff at hotmail.com were born. We still have no regrets. IT continued to play a major part in Bryn's life, having various jobs with Dell, PayPal, IBM, and Microsoft, while in his spare time, and I think we can all agree, building a fairly formidable social media presence. In fact, if Bryn disappears down at some point in the evening, he's probably in the Jacks streaming Rocksmith with his bow tie around his head. In all seriousness, Bryn's been a great friend and a loyal buddy for many years, and I'm sure we can all attest to that life is full of ups and downs, and Bryn's life has been no different. From the loss of his father to the birth of his son, he's faced challenging circumstances, and he's had to make some difficult decisions. But we all know that it's life choices that take us all to where we are today. And Yvonne, I met Bryn about a year ago in the pub, and naturally you came into conversation, and his exact words to me were, "You make him the happiest he's ever been." So we please be all upstanding and charge your glasses and toast our bride and groom. We've got one more speech to go. I'd like to welcome up the coolest guy in the room, Michael.
Hello. So, Granny told me that I had to say this. Okay, so, Daddy, I like you a lot. Very nice. So, Yvonne, I met you when I was 4. We drew dinosaurs. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Then, I really don't have a speech.
The last bit.
And I'm very happy that Daddy's happy and Yvonne's happy.
That it?
Yeah.
Stop the clocks. That's the conclusion of the speeches. Unless anybody else wants to say a few words. Anybody there? No? Okay, thank you very much. Cheers. Yeah.
If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, carry on. Nothing really matters.
Class, give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, now if you're a bridal party, come right down because I'm going to need you in about 15 seconds. Will you please welcome to the dance floor for their very first dance as man and wife? Can you believe it? Give it up please for Bryn and Yvonne. Big cheer.
If I could ease your mind, calm me strong inside, pull your drifting heart back from a cruel and bitter tide. Just keep believing in yourself. There will be times of trouble. It's gonna hurt like hell. This much I know. Oh, it's well. This much I know. 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 It's wow! Come on, groove along. Say it, baby. I know you're on a roll. Sweet honey, let's take it real